hello, everyone. How are you doing out there today? This Sunday, February 27th. We are at the end of the month. So I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. It's been very interesting one for me. Having said that, I'm glad to be above ground, glad to be off to the beginning of another week or at the end of the weekend, depending on how you look at it. And so, of course, I'm here for another edition of Real Talk for Real Men. Welcome to my channel. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. You can certainly find me as part of the TFG TV platform of shows. So I do see that I got my co-host and one of my regulars, my brother, on. So let's bring them on. We'll bring on Tasha from Memphis. How are you doing, McMac?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Actually slept all day, so I'm still in somewhat of a catatonic state, just kind of getting my legs back underneath me. Yeah,
That's all right. Sometimes you just got to give in and get that sleep. Follow your body.
absolutely, absolutely, and that's really where I'm at, right now in this moment. So we're gonna do what we do. I say I got my brother from Texas, Mr. Kenny. What's going on, sir?
Good evening. Good afternoon. What's up? What's up, guys? How you doing?
Doing all right. How about you? How you doing, my
Man,
brother?
I was laughing when you was talking about sleeping, man. I don't know why. I took me a little old nap like I'm in preschool. I just been trying to get myself together today. I don't know. It's
My
just been weird.
brother, I'm. You know what? I love showing up because then it kind of validates this everything I'm thinking. So I want to share with you guys a little something, and we'll kind of see what direction we go. But I've slept all day long, and when Tasha just says, "Listen to your body," Tasha knows that I'm not a nap person. I don't take
Yeah,
naps.
me,
My
yeah.
philosophy behind napping my whole life has always been that you're wasting the day. you know.
That's how I feel about it too, for real. Yep.
So once again, me and my brother share some common views, and so I'm not a nap person. Even Tasha's always like, well, Black, take a
Take a
damn
nap.
nap if you sleep.
Yes, I am a
And
nap
I'm
Right.
like,
person.
she's a
Oh,
nap
okay.
person.
Okay.
Eh,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, So when I showed up for the show, welcome visitors, anybody popping in for the first time, thank you for popping in. We're gonna get to the show here in a second, I promise. But when I didn't see anybody, literally at 30 seconds in, I thought, okay, this is going to mean I'll pop in, say a little something, and I'm gonna go back to sleep. I was really, I wasn't gonna
Right.
be angry. I really wasn't. And it's the last part I'll share this because I had to work yesterday, and afterwards I ran a couple of quick errands, and I was on the phone with my sister, and I told her it is ominously quiet out here today. It was afternoon here in Atlanta. I ran a couple of errands where I had to hit the highway, and I never seen the traffic so light since the beginning of the pandemic.
Mm.
And it was so ominously weird getting to every place I got to so quickly and making it back home. And I thought, what is going on out here today? Is it a combination of what's happening on the world scene, with the war, mixed with that this weekend is supposed to be Mardi Gras weekend, or is people
Right.
sleeping late? It was such a weird vibe, and it's been that way all weekend. So,
Mm.
anyway, that's what I've been feeling all this weekend. So, how about you guys? Why, any quick experiences while I bring in a topic?
No, it's been low key. Like again today, I got me a pretty good nap in. I fell asleep. I was watching the Knicks and the 76ers, and boy, it was watching me before it was all said and done. I wake up, it's in the fourth quarter. I said, oh well, I missed that whole game. So yeah, that's pretty much been it. My whole weekend has been kind of laid back and low key.
I will say
Absolutely.
this. I was just thinking about this. My sleep schedule is jacked up right now, like terrible. I'm up until 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I sleep, and then I'm awake like every hour or two. So my sleep schedule is messed up right now. But I will say this: even though this is the shortest month of the year, this has absolutely been a long month. Like it's
Mm,
I agree.
exhausting.
mm,
I
And
agree.
so,
I agree.
I'm just ready for things to go ahead and propel forward, get into the rest of
yeah.
the year, and just see you. Like, let's get into March. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Let's get into March. So
Yeah, I'm with you on that for real. Especially with this weather in Texas, for sure. Let's get to
yeah.
spring. I'm sick of this.
You guys it's a perfect segue into the topic. I sat there and I did this early this morning, and I thought, as we're arising from our slumber of winter, so many people are still dealing with the winter weather, but we are coming up out of it into going into spring. The hibernation of boo season, that for some of us who are maybe trying to get back into the dating scene, and it just so happens all three of us are single today,
Hmm.
so maybe there's some budding relationships on the horizon for us. How you
Maybe
doing,
so.
Brittany? How you doing,
What's up,
sweetheart? Good to
Brittany?
see
How you
you.
doing?
Yeah. So I figured that we just kind of have if you haven't known Sundays, we just have light conversation. So I just found something really I thought was kind of cool, kind of fun to talk about, just different dating scenarios that I'll put out there. And I think hopefully it's designed to help us understand ourselves better, and then to clarify what we're looking for as well in people. So
Hmm.
if you guys are okay with it, we're gonna jump into a couple of dating scenarios,
Let's rock
and
it.
yeah, we'll just kind of talk about it. And as I do this, I'm gonna try to actually post it on here for anybody who want to participate and answer. And it's no right or wrong answers, as you know, in real talk. It's just having some fun. So the first one I want to talk about is, when dating somebody you really like, which of these qualities is most important to you? Now, I'm going to ask some of these questions in a different way, because I might be asking directly which quality is specific. But in this case, I've got four that I want to throw out there. When you're dating somebody you really like, which of these qualities, you can only pick one, is most important to you? Communication, respect, honesty, or appearance?
Mm,
Communication, honesty, respect, or appearance? Which is most important to you? Now, the operative word is somebody you really
really
like.
like so.
What's going on, real time, big time?
What
You
up, real
know,
time? So if it's someone I'm really liking, so we're probably already somewhat dating. So okay, got it.
somebody you really, well, not necessarily.
Oh, is it somebody I'm
Not necessarily. However you put it, because whenever you reach that point for you,
okay?
that's somebody you really
When
like,
dating
to the point
someone,
where you say, "Man, I really like this person."
okay,
Brittany says honesty for
honesty.
her. For her, it's honesty.
When dating someone, you
You really like, that you really like. Which is the most important quality? Communication, respect, honesty, or appearance?
Mine is honesty as well.
Okay.
You,
And of
you,
course, I
you
want you to expound.
you have to be honest with me, even if you think that it's going to, it may be something that I don't want to hear, but you gotta like let me know that, at least in that way, that honesty to me leads to better communication and more meaningful communication. We gotta have something to build on. So I gotta know that, even like I said, even if it's something that you think that I don't want to hear, or something that you may think that may hurt me, you can deliver it in a way that can, kind of take some of that, take the blow out of it, but you still have to, I have to be able to trust you a some bit. Now, I will say, I don't think that there is 100% honesty in most relationships. I don't.
I
I
That's
agree. Hmm.
I do hold some things back. I'll be honest with you, about 80% of the time, but 20% of that time, I need that 20%. There are some things that I will never be able to tell anyone, like anyone else, like my significant other. There's some things I will never be able to tell you.
I
I love that honesty. I
I
love
do.
that
I do.
honesty, because I think people sometimes say, "Oh, I tell everything."
No,
I
you don't.
appreciate that,
No, we don't.
and you really
You're
don't.
right.
You really
We
don't.
really don't. Hey,
What's up,
Sherry.
sis? How you doing? Miss you, love you.
Yeah.
Which of these
Yeah.
qualities is it for you, brother Ken?
Since it says that it's someone I really like, I'm
Really like,
already digging the appearance. So
right?
that I strike that one from this one.
Okay,
So I have to go with honesty. Like
okay,
uh we said, everybody said,
okay.
Tasha really pretty much knocked it out the park. Because I rather you really, even if you know it's probably going to hurt me, or it may probably something I don't want to hear, as long as you're being honest and you're giving me your feelings, your real, what are you feeling? I can't do nothing but respect that, because I would say at least you're being honest with me. You're not faking it with me. So I would have to go with honesty as well.
Okay. I like your line of thought. My sister says just honesty for her. Brittany says honesty is the foundation for communication and respect. I can't respect someone who can't be honest. On its surface, Brittany, I agree with you 1,000%. But I want to piggyback on something Tasha said. In the beginning stages for me, and when I say the beginning stages for me, if somebody I like, I still don't know them yet. I like them before I know them. This is just me, because that's why I was careful to think this through. So when I get to a point where, man, I really like this chick, you know what I'm saying? But I still don't know her. I still believe 1,000% that we're not being completely honest with each other. There's things she's holding back. I damn sure know there's things I'm holding back.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's respect. Because for me, as I'm still learning the person, we're still finding out how to communicate with each other. Even though I like this person, I'm still learning them in a sense. But for me, it is respect. I'm very, very big on, I need to feel respected. That's going to allow me to keep propelling myself forward in the situation if you respect me. My thing is, like you said, Brother Kenny, the appearance part, I don't think we'd be together if we didn't find each other somewhat attractive. That's the easy one I was able to eliminate. You guys are right with the honesty part, but I guess I expect a certain amount of gaps and holes. I don't want to call it dishonesty, early on. It's just things I don't know, that she may not feel comfortable telling me yet. We might actually still be dating each other's representative, even at that stage of liking each other. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we've kicked it, but haven't been around each other long enough so I can man, I didn't know that about her. But the respect part for me is got to be there in that moment. That I like her, that she respects me, and I respect her as a woman. That for me has got to be the biggest one.
You know what's funny? I'll be honest with you. Honesty, respect, and communication to me are all cousins. They are.
It is.
They all kind of. They all kind of come together, because if you respect me, then you will be honest with me, and you will communicate that respect. And
that's why all of you kind of intertwine. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Real Time says being respected is highly motivating. I agree with you 1,000%.
Who is Real Time? He kind of favor Kennard.
That's Kennard. That is Kennard.
I'm like, who is this dude? Real Time. Hey, Kennard, you need to cut that out, man. I ain't know who else. Kennard. I kept looking at us like that. Look like Kennard. Okay.
Brother Kennard, many of us got these multiple pages.
Yeah, I got you. No, I know. Okay.
Brother Kennard, as always, you're more than welcome. To come on more than welcome. All right, we're gonna go to another question here. The floor is open for conversations. What do you like to talk about on first dates? What do you like to talk about on first dates? And so I'm going to throw out some of the ones that they presented out on here. And again, I want you to pick from these only, because we could go all over the place, sure. But what do you like to talk about on first dates? Our interests, world news, something intellectual, or yourself? I want you to pick from just those.
Only those.
Just those.
Oh, it's easy for me. That person's interest. Me personally. Yeah. I did. Yeah, I thought it was him too, Brittany. He going incognito on here, but I would say interest. That person's interest.
You talking about y'all? Okay.
Yeah. Our interests, or more so, I would like to really.
Why?
Because I can kind of get a feel of what drives her, or what she likes. Those type things. What she feels most comfortable talking about, especially if it's a hobby or something like that she loves, and her passions, or whatever that is. Me personally, I'll go the interest route. I always stay away from the world news stuff. That's later on. I just think that could become mundane. And I mean, plus I worked in the industry all the time, so that's the last thing I want to talk about is news
I
on a
got you.
date.
I got you.
Period. Especially
I
on the
got you.
first date.
Okay. Tasha, before you go, Brittany says, I mean more towards lighthearted conversations to get a feel for their personality. But Brittany, which one is it though? Even though it's lighthearted, which one would you talk about? Out of those, your shared interests, world news, something intellectual, or talk about yourself? Tasha, what do you say to this one?
I wish the last one would be phrased of more like talk about them, because I like to listen to people talk, because if you just sit there, some people will just get caught up talking and they reveal so much about themselves. It could be a simple question, but that's what I kind of like to do. It would be
I get
more
that.
interviewing, but it's going to be an interview. I'm going to be asking you questions because I want to keep hearing you talk, because I want to know, because you're going to open up more.
Okay.
I try to keep it like off of me. I don't really want to talk about myself like too much. I don't reveal too much about myself. You know, I'm very private. I'm very private. And
so out of those four, because I'm agreeing with you, but you kind of twisted it a little bit. So out of those,
I say more interest driven, but I'm going to keep asking you questions. I'm going to drive the conversation more to where it's going to be pretty much focused on you.
So basically, like an interview, you interviewing them.
She said that.
But you won't know it. But you won't know I'm interviewing. You just think it's just like a regular conversation.
What's crazy is I think that's common. I think that's common, especially for women. And some of them aren't good at it, Tasha. It really is an interview. It's literally a litany of questions. So tell me about this, and how many kids you got, and how much is that? And some of them really do run down the laundry list of an interview. Like, well, damn, is this the first date or?
And I hate that.
And see, I don't do it like that. I will,
throw
in little things
I get
to where I'll make a joke and I'll see where you go with that joke. You know, like and asking the question like in a friendly way. But
I got you.
I want to see like how much you're gonna talk.
I love it. I love it. Welcome to the show, Sports Mansion. Sports says religion and politics are my go-tos. Religion and politics. That's heavy.
That's heavy.
That's
and
heavy
for
a first
them the
date.
two I stay away from on the first date. Those are the two I stay away from.
I'm sure there's a reason why. Religion and politics. Cool. And Christian, welcome to the show. Christian, how you doing, sweetheart? Thanks for tuning in. You know, so the question is, you know, what do you like to talk about on a first date? Our interests, world news, something intellectual, or yourself. For me, on a first date is something intellectual. You're right, Brother Kenny. Staying away from religion, politics, world news. You know, I think world news is such a niche thing that a lot of people don't even watch the news, the local news, let alone the world news. So,
exactly.
It is what it is. What it is. Tasha, you're 1,000% right when you say our interests, because that is highly important, you know, for sure. While I'm okay talking about myself, it's not the be all to end all. I actually like to, the same way you're interviewing them, Tasha, my interview is something intellectual. For me, I have to know where the threshold is in terms of the person's intellect, because that for me is going to allow me to know where I can go with my personality. I'm an asshole. I'm an opinionated asshole. And so I have to kind of see what the bar is in terms of the person's intellect to know, can I be sarcastic?
Right.
Because if I crack a joke on something that she doesn't find funny, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it goes over her head or something, I'm doomed to a certain extent. So I like to kind of do the intellectual thing to kind of see where the brain is at, where that's at. So for me, I can know where I can go from there. You know, can I say something? If I ask a question about romance or sex, can I say the actual word, or do I need to clean it up? You know what I'm saying? So how many people have you slept with versus, you know, shit, you know, when the last time you got fucked? You know what I mean?
Right,
You
right.
know,
Like
I need
that,
to
right,
know.
right. Like that old saying, it ain't what you say, it's how you say
It's how you say it. I
it.
need to know that, you know. So that's for me. I want to read a couple of comments here. Christian says, religion is not the answer. Jesus says, all right, all right. I
Okay,
feel
all
you.
right,
I
Kristen.
feel you.
All right,
Brittany says, intellectual can be such a broad spectrum. You both may not be informed or educated on it. Absolutely.
right.
But that's what I need to know, Brittany, that where's this person at on that spectrum, you know? So uh, Christian is standing behind her comments. Sherry says, I want to talk about interests because we might not be compatible.
Mm,
Absolutely.
that's
I
yeah.
absolutely agree. You know, Christian says if you sing it, it's better. Hey, you know, if the delivery makes me sing it and she's okay with that, I'm okay with that too. You
But you
know,
know what's
so
interesting? By the time we go on this first date, I think you've already probably spoken about a lot of things anyway. So by the time you get to that first date,
I don't know, Kim.
I mean, no, I mean, I'm just saying, most of the time you've already developed a communication. You just don't meet somebody out and say, hey, let's go on a date like that. Most of the time you have a talk, you communicate via phone or whatever first before you plan a first date. So a lot of times you've already talked to that person a little bit.
You
I
give
don't
me
know about
goosebumps. You
that.
gave me goosebumps because it doesn't always happen
No,
that way.
I'm not saying it always does, but I'm saying
No. I don't mean
most of the
always.
time, yeah, most of the time when you meet somebody that you kind of dig, you kind of talk and feel it out first. You have phone conversations before you actually go out on the first date.
Not now.
No,
Oh,
no,
really?
not now. Not
Know it.
now. No, not now.
That's
So
always
Now,
you can just meet somebody and
I
say, hey, let's go
swear,
out on a date.
I
Okay.
swear that first date sometime is because it's weird that the person doesn't want to open up to you. Think about it this way, Brother Kenny. Nobody talks on the phone anymore. You know what they actually do say? Let's meet out somewhere. Why don't
Oh,
you meet
okay.
me here? So that first meeting is really there, whatever that
Wow.
occasion
Well,
is.
damn, that show you where I held it. Y'all can tell I ain't been out on no first date in forever, then, because damn it, I'm stuck in the 80s, 90s, I guess.
I'll tell you,
I guess.
Kristen, I
Wow.
thank you for the
Okay.
compliment. You're a
Yeah.
great speaking host. I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, Brittany says she always get the slow ones anyway. Well,
Damn, Brittany. Oh,
damn.
wow.
You know, oh my God. Brittany said Ken been out of the loop. Thank you,
Yeah, I guess
Ken.
so. Well,
Kenny.
you learn something new every day, and I learned
You
something
really
this
don't.
morning.
You really
Wow.
don't.
Okay. Got it.
You
All
know.
right.
that's my whole reason for not wanting to do like the dating apps and stuff. I don't want to communicate with you through a text message. I want to hear your voice. I want to have that conversation with you. I don't mind going out, just meeting someone and just saying, hey, like let's get a drink or whatever. And of course, I'm not sedity to where, oh, we can't just meet for drinks. I don't mind that at all, because again, I need to know, number one, I need to make sure you're not a serial killer, okay? Because
Good
I
point.
need to know like what type of person you are.
Good
We
point.
don't
Good
necessarily
point.
have to meet in the parking lot of the police department, but we're gonna go down the street somewhere and in public, okay? I just
Got it.
need to know.
She got a
I
good
gotta get a
point.
feel for you. I gotta feel your vibe. And talking on the phone with somebody does not do that. And definitely not texting them. You don't know who you're texting.
Right.
So
She
All right.
makes a good point, and that's why I said,
Got it.
Brother Kenny, we got to get back on this horse, my brother.
Shit, man. Yeah. That damn horse been in the barn too long. That dog.
I'm telling you. But I'm putting the saddle on him. I'm putting the saddle on him in 2022.
Right.
Yes, I am.
And we naming it Black Lives Matter, like that
I'm
other
trying to
horse
tell
did there.
you.
You know what I'm saying?
I tell you. Here's a quick one. What's one flaw about a person you cannot forgive? And again, I know we could pick from a litany of things, but I want you to from just this list. And in case you were wondering, this is actual relationship quiz I'm pulling these questions from that I thought was really cool. But what's the one flaw about a person that you cannot forgive? Someone who is way too shy, someone who isn't that smart, someone who has a big ego, or someone who doesn't have a great work ethic. Way too shy, not that smart, big ego, lazy. Not a good work ethic. Not a good work ethic.
Lazy.
You cannot forgive. For you
I
cannot
cannot
forgive that.
lazy at all. And That irks mine. I have so many like little pet peeves, but laziness, that's one of them. To where you make excuses, like the ones that perpetually make excuses as far as why they can't do something, or something
Right.
always happens. Or, because rarely do you find the ones that are just flat out like, oh, I don't feel like doing that, or I'm not going to do that. It's always an excuse. So I cannot forget laziness. I cannot. Mm-mm.
Touch that you cannot be a lady.
You can be dumb, but you can't be lazy.
Oh my God. And I know she tells the truth too, I know she
Oh,
tells the truth. What about you, Brother Kenny? Before you thinking, I'm gonna read Brittany says work ethic, but big ego is a close second.
Preach.
yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
I think about Kanye West when I think about the big ego, but okay,
I
that's
think
just
about
me.
a whole lot of people. Definitely, big ego would be out of all those big ego.
Big ego for you as a
Yeah,
wow. I didn't
yeah.
see that coming. Why?
Um, if a woman just is so full of herself and she thinks the world revolves around her and it's all about her all the time, that's a turn off. I can't forget that because you just living in your own little bubble. So I'll let you stay in that bubble. I can't forget that.
I likes. Sports Mansion says ego all day. Sports Mansion, I want you to tell me something. Are you a man or a woman? I'm interested to know because I'm getting ready to say I'm with Brother Kenny. Once again, we share that same view. And that's why I wonder, is this a man thing versus a woman thing?
Right.
Because I get where you and Brittany are coming from with the ego. I don't think any woman intentionally wants a lazy man.
Right. Yeah.
Like you said, Tasha, he can be dumb. He can even be shy. But I think women are attracted to a go-getter on some level.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Hustle
but if
be
he
doing
can build me
something.
a house, shit, I could forgive all that. So.
That's what I'm saying. But
Right.
that's where the
Right.
that's where the work ethic come in. That you need to be able to do something. You know what I'm saying? Get out there and
Mhm.
hustle of something. I'm making meth or selling bricks or something.
Now wait a minute. Now that's not
I'm
what I
just
said.
saying.
Not because that would make him a chemist, and I don't need that.
Sports Mansion is a man. Brittany says, Black, you have to say a man, woman, or gender fluid. Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right. Thank you. Thanks for the correction. You are so right. I agree with Brother Kenny. Ego, for me, I cannot forgive that. I wouldn't even know where to go with that, to be honest with you. You talked about a pet peeve. Yours, Tasha? That's mine. Arrogance in a woman, an ego in a woman, is one of the most unattractive things, second only to jealousy for me. Second only to jealousy. I don't do jealousy. I think that's one of the ugliest, emotions out there, and I fought my whole life to guard against it. My head has always been stronger than my heart. I can't control you. With that said, that thinking too much of yourself and it's a privilege I'm with you, baby, you will get cursed real quick fucking with me on with that ego. You know what I'm saying? That will get you cussed and disrespected in a big way with me because it ain't that serious. I done what time is it? 6:30. It's close enough. I done had some of the best pussy out there, and I never have yet to see a cape fly around the room. Even when I've had the stars didn't go around my head. You know what I'm saying? The heavens didn't open up and a dove didn't come down. So until that happens, and I know that quality pussy is out there that I can see the stars, and it ain't. You could be beautiful, smart, and all that kind of stuff, but it's absolutely no excuse to have an ego out of control to that extent. People are laughing at me, but I'm so serious.
Yeah,
I am
man.
so serious, and that for me that's unforgivable. I have nowhere to go with that. I don't even try to reform that, or maybe she made a mistake, and maybe I can knock her down if you're not. It's just not even worth my time.
No, it's a waste of time.
So
Yeah.
that for me is one that no, I'm just serious that
Yeah.
I that's why I say that is one of my pet peeves. And then of course, like I said, jealousy. All right, let's go to another one here. I'm literally copying and pasting so that you guys can see it as we do it. So here's a cool one. Where would you ideally like to go on a first date with someone? Now, this one, I'm going to give the choices, but then I will allow you to say your own, because I think on this one, I'd like to hear, if it's not on the list here, where would you like to go on a first date with someone? You know, so the choices that you have is to the movies, to an internet cafe, library, or restaurant. And this is what I love this question, because again, I am out of the date scene, so I want to know this. Movies, library, internet cafe, or restaurant?
Well, out of those choices, I would say a restaurant, because
No, and
who
you
the
can
hell
pick
is
your
going-
own, but you can pick
Oh.
your own.
Oh, well then ideally for me, it's gonna be more towards a bar than a restaurant. I need to have a drink. We need to talk over a drink. That's what we need to do.
Why?
I
Okay.
don't want to
Oh, so
be
you gotta say why.
I don't want to be anywhere secluded with you. I'm not getting in the car with you. I will meet you there. Also, and I need to have like other people around. There needs to be multiple exit places in case you say something or do something that I don't like. So, but I think like a bar to me is appropriate. It's a nice, like place where we can go, even if you don't drink, you can get you like a Coke or something, and we can have like a nice conversation over to the side somewhere, and take that time and getting to know each other. We don't have to go out to eat, but I damn sure ain't going to the movies with you. We're not teenagers.
Yeah.
Tasha's so serious too.
Yeah, she ain't playing
No,
either.
like when you're teenagers, you think about, like you go to like the
Yeah.
movies and everything.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
Yeah,
again,
that's
this
true.
is somebody who you probably been in school with like all day. You kind of already know. As an adult,
Absolutely.
you might try to get me in that theater. Hell, I don't know. You might try to pull your dick out immediately, sir. I don't know you like
Yeah,
that. You
yeah,
would be
yeah,
on my
yeah. He
ass.
probably gonna,
So,
yeah, he gonna
again,
probably do that. Yeah, he gonna probably try to do that
exactly.
anyway.
So I need to have a drink first, okay?
Before you pull your dick out, let me get a drink first.
Exactly. Let me
Get a
have a
drink.
drink first. Jeez.
Yeah, she don't mind that, but she
I
gonna
don't
drink
know
first.
spell your name. Jesus. So
Absolutely. Brother Lamar, welcome, my brother. He
What's
said
up, Lamar? What's
restaurant.
up, brother?
It's a restaurant.
Yeah.
Over
Of all the
food.
of all the choices, I mean, I'm
and,
like
and you can
Tasha.
pick your own. And you can pick your
Me
own.
personally, my own, I would like us to go do something active like bowling or something like that, where to see what your competitive juices are. And then it's a little bit laid back. It's nothing serious. We just out, see what you got, see what your competitive juices are, and we can chop it up. See if you can take some of my jokes.
I love it. I love it.
If I beat you, see if you can take this. You can take a little bit of heckling. So yeah, I would do the bowling thing.
I love it. I love it. And that fits your personality, Brother Ken.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I get that 1,000%. Brittany is kind of very similar. She says arcade, mini golf, etc., something active. You can learn so much about a person through competitive interactions.
Right.
I agree. And 20 years ago and 60 pounds ago, I would have agreed with you guys. There was a time when I would have been on board with that hell yeah, but now this shell of a man sitting in front of you, that's not going to work. But I agree with what y'all saying.
Okay.
I
It'll
agree with
work,
y'all
man.
saying.
You just got to get out your comfort zone, brother.
You're absolutely right, but that's the thing. She's gonna have to like me first enough to be able to put up with, because I'm very good. Believe it or not, I can bowl, I shoot pool, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But just in general, right now, that would not be the play.
Okay.
I'm gonna agree with Tasha for me, and there's a reason why. Lamar says the motel. You ain't kidding. You're not kidding. You are not kidding.
You just want to get to it. You ain't trying to do nothing.
This is a busy man, y'all. This is Mr. TFG himself. We're on his network platform show. He is busy. This is Mr. Barry Gordy right here. He ain't got time to be messing around. Hotel, let's have a little conversation. Okay, let's get to it. He ain't joking. You're not joking, Lamar.
He definitely not.
For me, Tasha, I agree with you. It's a bar, and it's as much for the person as it is for me too. For my comfort as well. Now, Tasha laid out, some scenarios from a woman's perspective about feeling safe,
Right.
and
Yeah,
things like that.
I get that.
Oh, trust and believe, women can act a damn fool too.
Mhm.
And you're not gonna have me in a situation where things can go. We in the Me Too era. I need to be in somewhat of a public setting to where if the date starts going left, it's been nice, sweetheart. Thank you. But while I'm at a sports bar, it's not too loud to where we can't hear each other and have somewhat of a conversation. But it's people around. I need witnesses so that if something should go wrong, there is a record. There is some kind of record of what happened. I didn't grab you the wrong way, touch you the wrong way, or whatever. Now, I hope that in that setting, we can be loose and comfortable. Tasha's right. Drinks for me make the difference. I think you become less uninhibited when you're having a nice, comfortable drink. Maybe they playing some music in the background. Maybe there's a game on. A sports bar lends itself to me seeing you in a setting that I can have a conversation about a variety of different things. But if it goes bad, I got other bitches to look at. I got TV, I got food, I can drink, and you can go your way, and I can still have a halfway decent time.
And if you really want to
That's
go
true.
cheap, go to the casino. Just sit there and just sit at the machine. You can order the drinks as they come to you, and just put $10 in there and be as cheap as you want to be. And you can have a conversation.
So that's why I say I agree with you on that, Tasha. The sports bar is the place because Tasha, the movies, you're right.
No,
That's for
yeah,
teenagers. That's
yeah,
for young people.
and that's the worst first date. And I don't know why people go to the movies as a first date. That's
Yeah, I
the
don't
worst
either.
place to go. I don't get that because we're
Yeah.
not going to be talking. I'm trying to watch the movie, so
I
ain't
would
gonna be
say-
no communication. So why are we even going to the movies on the first date?
For that, I would say that may work for somebody. Let's say if they're big fans of that franchise, you could go to the movie. You could go to the
That's
movie
true.
and then go
Oh,
to dinner
that's
after.
true.
That's true.
So,
That's
like,
the
That's
only
true.
time that's an
Wars-
exception.
Yeah,
That's
You're
that's
right,
the only
Tasha.
time I would think
That's
that.
the only time that's an exception. If it's something you're right, that's epic, that you know what, you're both into that much.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
that's true.
do you want to go? Type deal. Same thing would be with a concert.
Mhm.
If through conversation and it just so happens the first day is gonna fall when New Edition is at the Essence Festival. Hey, you want to go?
Yeah,
That kind
yeah,
of thing.
that makes sense. I get that.
So
that would
I
be-
agree with
that
you
would
on
be
that.
cool.
Here's
Mhm.
one that's personal. How would you rate your experience level in the dating world? So I want you to think about this one.
Yeah,
How would you rate?
I ain't got to think long, brother. But go
No.
ahead.
That's why I want this. Where I'm going with this, brother Kenny. We're not talking about where you're at. That the fact that we've been out of dating. We might have been about, and I'm gonna give you an analogy here. Michael Jordan is, in my opinion, he's the GOAT.
Mhm. Yeah,
He's the GOAT, in my opinion. LeBron
he's
is
my
right
he's my
behind.
he's my GOAT, but yeah,
He's
to
my
each his
GOAT.
own.
He's my
Yeah.
GOAT. And I'm using him as an example, for a reason. He hasn't played professionally in how long, Brother Ken?
I think he finished in 02 with the Wizards. So
We're talking
he's
20 years.
yeah, I believe it was 02 he was done. Yeah.
But does anybody believe that he forgot how to play basketball? No.
Nah.
Even at 55, 56 years old, whatever he is,
He's 60 now.
60 years old, he's still Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And that court that's his throne. He owns it. Even at 60 years old, he still know basketball. So that's why I want to throw this out there for you, Brother Kenny. Even though you and I have been out of the scene, and we have our reasons why we might out of the scene, but where would you rate yourself in terms of on the level in the dating world? So I want you to kind of put all that in there. Would you say you're an expert, you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced? Where would you rate yourself? Beginner, intermediate, advanced, or expert?
I would say I'm probably intermediate. because I was in a marriage for a long time, so that
Okay.
took me out of the dating scene too. I was almost
Okay.
married 20 years,
Okay.
so uh, I know how to date, but then too approaching the dating scene now is it's too many rules and regulations and procedures and do's and don'ts and to even get to the first date. So yeah, it's kind of a mixed signal kind of thing now, trying to figure out this dating scene. So, but I would say I would say I'm intermediate. I wouldn't say I'm an maybe between intermediate and advanced. Definitely not an expert, but definitely intermediate.
Okay. I get that. Where you stand on this one, Tasha?
Ooh, I think it depends on who I'd be going out on a date with. I think, and in this time frame, I think if we're going by just this time frame in 2022, definitely a beginner, hands down, definitely a beginner. I don't understand it. But now, once upon a time, I think I was pretty advanced expert level. but I would say just overall, if we're gonna average it out, beginner to intermediate. Like I don't understand these dudes now and what they're looking for. Trust me, I understand. I am not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm not trying to be everybody's cup of tea. I'm looking for someone who's a little bit more old school and who's going to accept me as I am, okay? Because it don't get too much better than this. Not too much, a little bit, but not too much better than this. So
I like your answer. Brother Lamar said he's a beginner, and I'm surprised by that answer, Lamar. I'm surprised that you consider yourself a beginner.
Nah, because see, Black, this question
Because I'd like to know why he said he's a beginner.
Right, it's so broad, but you're really talking about as you've experienced, not just now, but just your overall experience in your lifetime.
At least that's how I'm taking. That's why I wanted to open it up a little bit.
Got you. Okay, got it.
Because to Tasha's point, I could say beginner because I haven't been on a date in forever. But
well, when is the last date have you?
Oh,
that's a good question. When's the last date we are? My last date was December of 2019.
Damn, you know the month and the year?
I remember because it was probably the best first, and it was a first date, and it was probably the best first date I've ever had.
Oh, so that was December of when?
2019, right before the pandemic. So it was the
best first date. What happened?
Now,
I don't mean what happened. I'm saying, was there a second? Okay, so
there wasn't no second date. It didn't lead to a second date. She got busy, according to her.
Wow. So that's why I'm going to give you my answer here in a second. Tasha, I know you had something on to say. Lamar explained. He said, I was married for 8 years and with the person from the whoa.
There you go.
I get it. I get it, my brother.
I get it, Lamar.
So
I can relate to that. Yep.
I get it, my brother. I get it. Tasha, did you want to add?
I did, because I was just going to say, Kenny, you've been on a date and I was in a relationship. Like, the last time that I would say that I was on a date was like June of 2019, like right when me and the guy broke up. And I haven't been on a date with anybody since. I haven't talked to anybody new since. None of that. So I could see that. Yeah. So I would still stick with my answer: beginner to intermediate.
Yeah.
Tasha, this conversation has helped crystallize where my answer is going to come from. Because when you ask, have I been on a date? Go back to the inception of this show. When I first started this show, that was my question. That nobody dates anymore. Nobody dates anymore. When I first started this show, that was my problem. Is that I had bitches coming in hooking up, but nobody wanted me to cook for them. Nobody wanted to go. I said, if you go back, I said I have not been on a real date in forever. I've not kissed a woman in the mouth like an actual passionate kiss. I've eaten pussy, eaten ass, sucked toes, all kinds of stuff. But I haven't actually kissed a nasty filthy bitch in the mouth, because nobody dates anymore. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm being so serious.
I know you being serious,
you know what I'm saying? Y'all just don't even know.
Right.
Lamar said September 29th. You guys remember, and that's for me. I don't even have a date because somewhere in there, people didn't date anymore. We graduated to the Netflix and chill phase, And then that became, obsolete. That look, I ain't even here for that. Look, we gonna do this or what kind of thing. So, but at the same time, to the question, I consider myself an advanced dater. I consider myself an advanced dater, and that's why I use a Michael Jordan analogy. I truly believe with every fiber of my being, I'm interesting enough. I don't take myself too serious. I'm open to variety of different circumstances. I'm that person. If you want to go to the museum, I'm cool. Even as fat as I am, if you want to go bowling or play, I'll do it. I'm not like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm open. I'm relatable. I think I have a good sense of humor. I think I'm intelligent enough. I don't think I take myself too serious. I'm not a cheap man. All of those normal things that you hear about on a bad date. I'm not that person. And I've been with enough women and been in enough situations, life experiences that I recognize game and also recognize bullshit. So I consider myself advanced when it comes to dating. So I'm Michael Jordan. That says just because I haven't been in the game, I know the game, I understand. And so I get all of the things, but I haven't been on a date. And that's the problem. I don't know if people actually date anymore. And to hear Tasha say about the last relationship that she was in, listen to what she's saying, you can even be with somebody and still not go on a date.
On a date. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
You just together. You know what I'm saying? And I think there lies a part of the problem that I think sometimes I'm gonna put men on the hook here. We'll do what it takes to get the woman, and then we stop dating her.
Yep, you're right.
Now women do it too.
Yeah,
but I'm only gonna talk about the men.
Talk to the men, exactly.
But I'm only gonna talk to the men. I think we'll put our best foot forward. Think about how many times men, when they first getting you, they come all clean and dressed and smelling good, looking good, hair is manicured, this and that. But now I've got you. I've been with you for a little while, so I don't have to date you anymore now. So why does it stop? I mean, that's a broader question, but I'm just saying. So I think even sometimes people are together right now. There's couples out there right now that haven't been on a date in forever because the man is expecting her. Of course, she's gonna make me something to eat. Baby, bring me something to eat. Fix me this to take care of the kids. But you're not taking the person on a date. You're not dating each other anymore. And there's something healthy to be said for dating, to getting back to that place, to me, where you're still trying to impress each other a little bit. You're still trying to put your best foot forward a little. That's what I hope and believe, for whatever it's worth.
I still hope and believe that too. But man, the longer this this goes, man, my faith in that is definitely dwindling.
Yes,
big time.
That's the scary part. That's the scary part. So when I see couples like Hannah and Bert, and I pop into their videos sometime, and they dancing and cooking at the same time, that's what gives me a little bit of hope that, man, you can still find somebody out there that even though they're together, but they still are finding creative ways to still get to know each other. That's what I'm hoping. That's
I know. There. Yeah, I got a lot of couples that I definitely applaud, and I make sure I encourage them to keep doing what they're doing. I got a lot of family, that's married.
Right.
But like you say, Bert and Hannah is one. But I got a lot of couples that I know that I'm really good with, and I just love I encourage them. I said, man, y'all still give single people hope, because Absolutely. I see that y'all putting forth the effort. It's about putting forth the effort.
It really is,
because a relationship ain't just gonna grow if you ain't making it, helping it grow. You gotta plant them seeds and water it if you want it to grow.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, I think we got time for one more good one to knock in here. And this one, I'm not going to read from answers. I want to know what your personal opinion and thoughts are on this one. Do you think that 6 months is too soon to move in with someone that you like?
Hell yeah.
Tasha, what you say?
I said hell yeah.
Hell yeah for you. Ooh, interesting. Why?
Because I have to have somewhere that I can go that is just mine. I have to be able to like decompress and unplug from everybody. And it's one of those things where I've learned, like since the beginning of the pandemic, I've learned that I am so much of an introvert. And I've said it before on the show that it takes so much out of me to interact with people. I have to have my safe place. And before I would even be able to begin opening up my world to you for you to be a permanent part of that, it's going to be a little bit longer than 6 months. You can stay the night, but you can't.
Don't you leave no toothbrush and some boxes and a damn
That's
tap
what
over
I'm
here.
saying. You can stay the night.
You better take that. You better take that shit home.
You can stay the night for a few days, but I need to. I have to reset. I have to.
Okay. Now let's hear from Lamar. He said nope. Just as easy as they move in, they ask him move out. Oh, I can. Lamar say, I'll move your ass in and I'll move your ass out. Or he said he'll move out. I like that, Tasha. Yeah, you have the right question.
Tasha ain't giving no damn key.
No.
I could answer that for Tasha, Lamar. She ain't giving you no damn key.
I will give you I could give you the gate code to get in, but I'm not giving you a key.
You get no damn key. And if she give you a key, it don't work. You gonna be messing around with a fake key.
She is not playing. She is not playing either.
And you can't have no mail coming to my house. Not yet. No, please.
She is so serious. Lamar, you talking about a woman who he cannot take a shower before she take a shower.
No.
So there you go. No. There you go, right there.
No.
That answers that question, Lamar.
He cannot get in her bed first. I don't give a damn how tired he is.
No, you cannot pre-warm my sheets. No. Just sit there.
Lamar, she
Lay
dead
in the
serious.
recliner. I'm dead serious.
She dead serious.
That's why I said this is my whole world. Okay. Everything is set exactly how I want it. And again, I have to really trust you or really, really want you to be around in order to invite you into my world to disturb my, my schedule and my patterns. So
I lived with Tasha for 7 months. I lived without Tasha for 7 months. I was homeless. I lived with Tasha for 7 months. It was an adventure. Now this I can never repay her. No, hold on. No. I was about to finish. I was about to say I can never repay her for what she did, but it's just an adventure living with Tasha because she's very specific. She's very specific. So you have to be on point. I'm happy to say that I lived with her for 7 months. She put up with me for 7 months. And again, I don't think she would say I was a bad guest. I was clean. I was respectful. I was quiet enough, but I had to learn her ways because it's her place. And, so if you go take a shower, so if I ever did shower before her, I had to do it early enough that by the time she got there, the shower was dry and shit. And it better be clean. It better not be no little hairs around on nothing. She don't play that,
So Tasha, basically, you giving out a handwritten copy of the rules because it's like your place is the Salvation Army. Lights out at 9 o'clock. Hey, lights out 9 o'clock, son.
I be up like you can do what I will treat you the best, but let's say, like I said, you get in the shower, you got it all water everywhere. I hate, for example, somebody go in your bathroom and they wash their hands. Why you got to turn the water all the way up so now the whole sink is wet and it's dripping down the front of your counter? Why? That is unnecessary.
Now, even though I agree with her, because I'm neat like that too, but she's telling you all these little specific things that if you wash your hand, no water need to be around the faucets. Wipe all that stuff. It better be dry. Clean. Again, the soap can't be all mucky and sticky. Tasha's very, very specific. Now, when you say noise,
don't use my good body wash and stuff. Don't be in there messing with my body scrubs and stuff. Ask me first. I might have something specifically for you as a guest.
She does. She
Don't
does.
use mine. Mine
She
is
have she have
$30. Don't use mine.
she have
Use that one.
hers.
That was
She is
sick.
not lying. She is not lying. She is not lying. Thank God I have my own. But even the noise thing, I had to wait some time to see what your mood was, Tasha, because if she came in and the apartment was too hot, doors fly
Oh,
open, air go on, and this will be winter now sometimes. And so shit. Now and then sometimes she'd go in her room and she was staying there for 30 minutes, hour, whatever. She's come out a different person. You know, she's not lying. So this question, 6 months, Tasha, I don't know if even 2 years is gonna work for you.
Yeah.
I just need my own space. I know how I am. But I
Right.
also learned this though with my brother, and if this ever makes it to his wife, bitch, you okay. So he said the same thing, but that it would get on his nerves when he would come home, and this is before they were married, that she would just be like right there, like all up on him. And I think it's just us as, like as adults, maybe how we grew up. We just need time to like decompress upon coming home. We just need a minute to ourselves. For whatever it is going on, I just need some time to myself.
I can relate to that. I can relate. I can relate. Brother Kenny, where you stand on this one? 6 months? Too soon?
Man, shoot. You know what? Shit, that's 180 days. It just depends on it depends on what the relationship is going with. Just like Lamar said, is just as soon as you can move in, you can get your ass kicked out too. So if it don't work, it don't work. So it just depends. Me personally, I'm such a laid back type cat. A lot of it's don't even bother me. So
I get that.
I can work with somebody.
I get that.
Real talk. But 6 months, it probably is a little too early. I think, you probably want to keep your own space. Give it a year, and then
I get that.
then we'll talk.
I get that. To answer your question, Brother Lamar, I can see this 1,000.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask her that. I wanted to ask her that.
I could easily see this.
I could see that with her.
I really could. I think Tasha could easily recreate a new modern version of marriage in this sense, and I think she could be happy.
I believe she would be. I think she would rather. And we sit here
Tasha,
talking like Tasha ain't even here. Yeah, we sit there like she ain't even here. Like
that's what I said. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm acknowledging the situation. Could you be in a situation where you and your husband live in different houses? Could you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we could. Or even, I would even say, maybe separate wings of the house, or I can have my own wing of the house.
Right.
I could do that.
Right.
I could definitely do that.
Right. I get that.
Because I know I'm a lot. I know I have like I know I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. And I know I have my faults, but I know that there's also some things that for me, it's going to take me a minute to like get adjusted to. And I wouldn't be opposed to having like a separate house. I wouldn't.
So for me, believe it or not, I'm very similar with Tasha. We arrive at the same place, but for a little bit different reasons. I could easily, like you said, Tasha, be in a success. Actually, that's what I'm looking for right now. Let me be clear. Actually, let me be clear. And I've told many of my female friends this. Tasha knows this. I am absolutely looking for a long distance relationship right now. That is the best thing for me.
Wow.
That's where I'm at right now. That me being who I am and as settled in my ways right now, you absolutely couldn't move in with me in those 6 months, and I damn sure couldn't move in with you in those 6 months. That's out of the question. I'm way too settled in my ways. I am. I'm difficult in my own ways as well. A different level as Tasha, but different reasons. Add to that, all my medical issues and shit. I don't even think anyone want to put up with all that kind of shit. I sit on the edge of the bed sometime and piss in a jug and shit because I'll be too lazy to go in the bathroom. So I don't think nobody wants to see that shit. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it fucking real. It's called real talk.
I know.
You know, y'all know. If you don't know by now, you know. You're learning right now. I am a very. I'm a dose. So for me, a long distance relationship is actually what I'm looking for. In an ideal world, I want somebody who doesn't live here because the energy and time it takes for me to be with them every day, I don't have that to give. So we definitely couldn't live together. If the person lived in the same city, great. But I need somebody who's independent enough that they got their own stuff going on so that pretty much through the week they're doing their thing. Now that doesn't mean that through the week I wouldn't want them to spend a night here and there. That's cool. There's certain times, yeah, I'm with that, but not every day. I just realized I'm not that guy anymore, I don't even want to see somebody every day. I want it to be special. I want to miss the person. I want to plan for them. And then the bigger step for me, Tasha knows this, is me going to her place. I am such a home court advantage guy that I don't visit people. And that would be big for me to go visit her and feel comfortable enough to stay the night because I like to be in control of everything. I like to control the TV, the remote control, the temperature, the lighting, the music. I like all of that. And to relinquish that, it would take a lot. Now, I could do it on a temporary basis if I'm going to visit somebody, but that's me knowing that I'm going home.
So you basically, you and Todd, I mean, just listening to both of you all, I mean, Black, you would be cool with having separate residents as well. And
Easily.
and don't even have to be in the same state. You can be in
Easily.
Okay.
I'd be completely open to a
Open
long
with-
distance relationship right now. And even if it's in the same city, I'd like, for her to have her own place, so I can be, I am a great person to be around in small doses. I mean, I will wait on you, cook for you. My place is going to be clean. I need to know you're going to go home.
Wow.
I need to know that you're going to leave at some point. Lamar's is saying the same thing,
You know what? I mean, everybody defines what they want differently, but personally, I think you guys, that's not really a traditional. That's not a relationship. That's I mean,
feel
just
you.
being real. That's not a
feel you.
relationship.
Maybe that's why it's so hard.
That's a convenience ship because you want it at your convenience.
You're right. Absolutely.
That's
I
exactly what
disagree
it
with
is.
you.
I'm not open to long distance. I'm not doing that. We could be in the same city. I'm not open to long distance.
She's not open to long distance.
Oh, okay.
But also for right now, with how I feel and the effort that I'm willing to give, at most, a situationship is the most effort I'm willing to give because I know how much effort it takes to be in a relationship with someone, and I don't feel like doing that right now.
Do you think you ever want to do that though? You say right now, will you ever change?
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it'll change, but I think like right now for me, I'm satisfied with it just being at that level. That way it's not too serious. We know what it is. It's okay. We know what it is. I'm not necessarily looking for love. I just need you to be there when you are, and when you're not, that's okay. I ain't even got to think about you. It's okay.
But can that relationship still be love? Could you still be loving that person in that convenience ship?
I will say this: even the situationship that I have been part of, I love him, but it's a different type of love. I'm not in love with him. It's not like that, but I do love him.
This conversation can go so
I
many
know.
different ways.
And
it's good because I want to listen. I'm listening because I want to hear a woman, and she telling it like it is. So I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what hope. But brother Ken, that's why I hold out hope. I'm hoping that the dating scenario has changed in such a way that I do hope we've redefined what's norm out there, because that's what I am looking for now. I could be in love with somebody. I mean, full on in love with them, and still need and hope and want for a different level of commitment to them. So situationship as well. And I'm hoping that there's somebody, they say there's somebody out there for everybody. I'm hoping that there's enough somebody that will say, damn, you know what? I'm okay with that. You know, that I can deal with that. Now, would that ultimately lead to me changing? Yeah, look, I think eventually any woman's gonna get to probably a point where they're gonna say, okay, well, look, shit, I'll get off the pot to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's where for me it's gonna come down to, you know, am I taking that leap? So I would never say never, you know. Lamar said if they could just send the cat to my house and come pick it up when I'm finished with it, that would be the most ideal.
You know what, Lamar? Log off.
Man,
you know what? I'm sick of you. Would you?
And
log
he not
off?
talking about cat on four legs.
He ain't talking about Morris the cat either.
Exactly.
We know what cat he talking about.
I'm with you, my brother. I'm with you, my brother. I'm with you.
He ain't talking about Thomas the cat from Tom and Jerry. That ain't the cat.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Delivery wrapped in a nice bow, and normally a delivery is at its best. So that thing need to smell good, taste good, and then we all right. So
you know what? So I mean,
brother.
you guys just listen to you guys. I don't know. You know, I'm a hopeless romantic, believe it or not. So I would really. I'm all in. Either you all in or you not. That's kind of how I am.
I get that.
If I feel like you all in, then I'm out because I'm not going all in if I don't feel like the other person is all in too. So and as a man, I think that can be tough. Because I ain't gonna lie, I love hard. So if I'm loving you, I'm loving you with 110%. And if I feel like you ain't loving me back, now I pull back real.
I get that. I get that.
It's hard for me to open up anyway. So if I open up to you, it's I'm all in. So listen to you guys. I'm like, man, I don't know if I could do that. Because I want to be all in, and I want her to be all in too.
But I will say this, I guess for me, one thing that I have found is and I've always said this, I create and I develop relationships with men a lot easier and a lot quicker. And for me, I would like to be your friend first. I don't mind being your friend first. I don't mind being your homie first. I don't mind that, because to me, at least that way there's a foundation there. We already have like an established relationship. And so for me, and I do believe that sometimes you can go backwards, but if you go into something sometimes with it, then the notion of it being all romantic, I can't open up and reveal. I'm not that vulnerable. I can't do that quickly. I know I can't. And I know it's a defense mechanism. So
I'm gonna end it on here because we can definitely keep going on this topic. And I hope that we've opened the door to give you guys a peek at just how different relationships are, what we're looking for are, and this is from 3 single people. So I hope as you watch this, everything's on the table out there. It's there for the grab. But in ending what Tasha says, this is my best friend talking. I'm gonna say in the immortal words of Tupac when he guested on A Different World, and he was talking to Lena. She says she opened the friendships. That's why this is my best friend. I might scoop her up 10 years from now if she ain't all shriveled up and shit.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Hell, you be shriveled up before she will, Black.
I'm already shriveled up. And so I wanted to end it on a funny note. The beauty of this dating scene is we're out in it, folks. And we're looking like everybody else. We don't have the answers. And that's why I love a show like this, even though we just touched the surface, because as you see, we could have kept going, but we're looking, we're hoping. But if you listen to all 3 of us, I hope the underlying thing is that love, relationship, the hope is not dead in any 3 of us. We might all be looking for something a little bit different, but what we are looking for is that right person who get us. And at the end of the day, and I steal that from you, my brother.
I know.
He say that all the time. He said, I just want somebody that gets me. That's what Brother Kenny always says all the time. And so I agree with that 1,000%. that. So if you're going to be with Tasha, a Ken, or Black, we just want you to get us.
That's
And if
it.
you get us, we'll get you back.
At the
You know
end
what I'm
of the
saying?
day, we all
At the end of
good.
the day, we'll get you
Yeah,
back. And so
yeah,
thank you
yeah.
for sharing a little bit of your Sunday as we end this month with us, and I hope you can all go back to relaxing and enjoying the last little bit of this weekend, last little bit of the month, and
Yeah.
get prepared for a full week. And so I
Yeah.
thank you guys for tuning in. I love you as always.
Don't forget to
Until
tell them where
Wednesday.
they can find you, Black. You know I got a punk. You got tell them where they can find you
A-
and
a-
Tasha.
ab-
Come on.
Absolutely. Well, you can actually. I was going to. You do it so well. So what people don't know is this is the vice president of TFG TV. So I was going to leave that for you because you have that voice, my brother, that command of being able to run it down where they can find not just this show, but us in general all throughout the week. So I like to turn that part over to you. You're built for this, my brother.
I appreciate that, brother. But I gotta put the spotlight on all of us. You can find my brother Lee Black, Real Talk for Real Men, every Sunday and every Wednesday. On Sundays, you can find him here, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Central. He has his own channel, but also on TFG TV on Sundays and Wednesdays. Sundays, we kind of keep it light, like we talking dating stuff. On Wednesdays, we try to tackle a little bit more topics that make you want to research and use your intellect. Not that this is an intellectual as well, but you can find him here on Sundays and Wednesdays. Matter of fact, tonight, if you 8 o'clock p.m., late night with Lamb Levity, that guy Lamar Falk that was clowning in the comments, he has a show with the millennials that comes on at 8 o'clock p.m. Central, 7 o'clock p.m. Central. Make sure you tune into that show on TFG TV. Make sure you check that out. Now, on Monday nights, TFG Tonight, hosted by the great Brenton Haynes and the morning team that you can watch at night, which includes myself, Lee Black, Devin Devine, and the host Brenton Haynes, 8 o'clock p.m. on Mondays. We're talking politics, we're talking sports, we're talking the current events, all that stuff. Make sure you check us out on TFG TV. On Tuesdays, we got some religious programming at 6 p.m. Minister Valerie Horn. You can check her out at 6 p.m. on TFG TV. And then at 6:30 p.m., come on over here and check out your boy, your sports guy Kendrick, TFG Sports Media from 6:30 to 7. I'm giving it to you straight with no chaser on Wednesdays again. My man Lee Black and Tasha, the pretty lady in the front, that if you stay at her house, you got to abide by rules because she's kicking you out if you ain't. Make sure you check them out on Wednesday nights, and I'm probably going to be there too, 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. On Thursdays, Forgive Us Later, it's an all-male cast, and these brothers giving it to you straight with no chaser. That's Lamb, Lamar Falk, DJ Sullivan, and Charles Moore, giving it to you, the entertainment news and whatever from a male perspective. Then on Fridays and Saturdays, Lamar does Real Estate Insider. He's taking you through the houses of the rich and famous. He's kind of like he's the Black Robin Leach, is what I call him.
Absolutely.
He's giving you those houses from the celebrity. So there's something to watch every night on TFG TV. And if you don't know, now you know, we got the shows. That's our slogan. So I'm out.
And y'all can truly see why I let this man wrap it up. And so, as you said, we hope to see you. We literally have something for you every single day of the week. Mr. TFG himself, Brother Lamar, he's putting this thing together. Be a part of the ride as he's pioneering new inroads into redefining great content on social media. And I love what he just put, hashtag we got the shows.
Yes,
Wendy
sir.
Williams ain't here no more.
right.
We got the shows.
Yes,
Find us
sir.
on TFG. We got the shows. And so any night of the week, anything you want, you can find us. I appreciate you. I love you for the support. Continue to like, comment, share, subscribe to our networks, our platforms, our shows. And until then, we'll see you on Wednesday on Real Talk for Real Men. But you can tune in any night of the week on any of our shows. Have a great evening tonight.
All right. Peace out.
Keep it real.